Now let's head over to Eli for a look at what's next at 5.
Heather, a police chase today, all with precious cargo on board.
Parents shouldn't put the child in, life in danger like this.
Why a man ran from officers with a baby in the back seat, plus a murder suspect's confession. Why she says an Edmond man was gunned down in his own home, and an Oklahoma boy's battle with a brain tumor.
It's a place where we don't want to do anything.
The first sign something was wrong, and the team now cheering on this young survivor. It's right now at 5.
You're watching Oklahoma's News 4 at 5.
Thanks for joining us on this Tuesday evening. I'm Eli Roberts.
And I'm Heather Holman, and we begin with breaking news.
Police make 2 arrests in the shooting death of an Edmond man. In late June, 24-year-old Sawyer English was found dead inside of his home. Investigators saying he had been shot to death. This afternoon, we learned that police have arrested 2 people, a man and a woman, all in connection to that killing.
Police say George Watson shot English through the window of his home while Lindsay Mayab waited in the car. Investigators say they got a tip about those 2 and tracked them to Florida, where Mayab was arrested in a prostitution sting. During questioning, Mayab told investigators that Watson shot English because he was upset the 2 were in a relationship. Watson and Mayab are now on their way back to Oklahoma to face murder charges. And in other news today, a baby involved in a high-speed chase, one that potentially put that 14-month-old's life in danger.
Yeah, tonight 20-year-old Samaj Thomas is behind bars, and police say he led officers on a chase with that 14-month-old in the back seat.
News 4's Jessica Bruno spoke to those who witnessed it all. She's on Crime Watch with more.
What happened? I don't know why he was running from the police. All he had to do is pull over, see what they wanted or whatever.
Bessie Bruner is talking about her neighbor, 20-year-old Samaj Thomas, who she watched do just that.
He was coming down this street here, driving real fast. He stayed over here. He was driving real fast, and then the police came behind him, and then he shot up the street.
That's after Thomas allegedly ran a red light at Northwest 36th and Drexel and refused to stop when an officer tried to pull him over.
All of a sudden, the police cut the lights on him. And from that point, I guess he took him on a run around the block a few times.
Then the driver came to a stop here at this apartment complex near Northwest 38th and Hartford, let out a passenger who took off running. Then the driver was off again, making a loop around the block and then coming to another stop here once again, where he made his final stop.
What made it really unique was that when the officers walked up to check the car, there was a 14-month-old child asleep in the back seat.
Thankfully, though, the baby wasn't hurt.
If a parent is doing that, that's ridiculous. A parent shouldn't put the child in, life in danger like this. So
he just needs to slow his roll. Yeah. That's it.
On Crime Watch, Jessica Bruno, Oklahoma's News 4.
And police say that Thomas had a small amount of marijuana on him at the time of his arrest. He also told officers he didn't stop because he doesn't have a driver's license.
An Oklahoma woman arrested this evening in a foiled murder-for-hire plot. The OSBI says 25-year-old Candy Nielsen hired a hitman to kill her estranged wife, along with her estranged wife's new boyfriend. Court records show Nielsen and that woman have been married for less than a year. Agents with the OSBI, along with the Major County Sheriff's Office, arrested her late Friday. Nielsen remains in jail and now faces a charge for solicitation of first-degree murder.
There are new developments in a prison sentence some call unfair punishment. In 2006, Tondaleo Hall was sentenced to 30 years for not telling police her boyfriend abused her children. Prosecutors say she failed to protect her kids. However, the ACLU says Hall didn't know what was happening and was also a victim of abuse. Her boyfriend, Robert Braxton Jr., pleaded guilty and only served 2 years behind bars while she got 30. Critics believe Hall is being unfairly punished. Now the Pardon and Parole Board is moving forward with Hall's request to have her sentence reviewed and possibly reduced. The ACLU hopes the board's actions mean they have a better understanding of her case. Hall has asked the board to review her case twice in the 15 years she's been in prison. However, both requests were rejected.
From around the state, a man serving a life sentence for murder is today a free man. A judge in Tulsa County said Corey Atchison is innocent and went on to say that there was a miscarriage of justice. Atchison spent 28 years in prison for the 1990 murder of James Lang, but he's always maintained that he didn't do it. Atchison walked out of the courtroom today smiling and hugging family and friends. Today's ruling comes 2 years after a witness who was 17 at the time said police pressured him into lying and that Atchison did not commit the murder. Since then, at least 5 others have come forward saying Atchison is not the killer. Also tonight, a man is now facing charges for his role in a deadly road rage crash. Authorities say Ralph McInnery deliberately collided with a car just west of Durant on Saturday. Both people in the other car were killed, 4 others injured. McInnery was not hurt. He's now facing 2 counts of second-degree murder with his bond set at $2 million. Troopers say McInnery was drunk at the time of the crash.
Caught on camera, a package stolen off the front porch of an Oklahoma City home. Look at this. Police released these pictures today from a neighborhood near Southeast 89th and Sooner. After taking the package, investigators say the woman got into a white truck with a man and the 2 drove away. So if you recognize her, call Oklahoma City Police. An Oklahoma firefighter is now fighting for his own life. Michael Alcorn was injured in a crash on the Turner Turnpike last night. He works as a firefighter with the Stroud Police Department. Alcorn was heading home at the time of that crash. According to State Firefighters Association, Alcorn was rushed to a Tulsa hospital with brain swelling. Due to sweltering temperatures out there, EMSA has issued its second heat alert of the summer. So far today, paramedics have responded to 11 heat-related calls. 7 people were taken to hospitals for treatment. EMSA says one patient was so overcome by the heat that he didn't even know his own name.
He's a 6-year-old, but he's already running around the bases of life. Today we have the story of a t-ball player who had to relearn how to walk after doctors discovered a tumor on his brain stem. And as Tara Bloom explains, a twin is giving some special support. Here's today's Kids with Courage.
It's a family album filled with warm embraces. Twins Elijah and Emilio Deterani have grown up in lockstep, always together, often affectionate. But at age 6, Elijah is swinging for the fences in an effort to catch up to his twin on the t-ball field and in life.
And he started waking up, just my head hurts, and there was just something not right about it.
Mom Selena knew Elijah was in intense pain 2 years ago. She pushed for more extensive testing.
We did a CT scan and they said that it would be a couple of days before they called us back. And they called us back 15 minutes late after we left, and they said we needed to come back immediately.
The diagnosis was pilocytic astrocytoma, a tumor, and in a very tricky place.
In the brainstem, that's what we call a high dollar area.
PA Teresa Gavula from Jimmy Everest Cancer Center says surgeons tried to remove the benign tumor but couldn't get it all.
It's a place where we don't want to do anything that might hurt good tissue because we could cause problems.
In fact, Elijah had to learn to walk and talk again after surgery, and he's receiving chemotherapy to ensure remaining tumor cells can't grow.
Once we've done the chemotherapy, a lot of times we can arrest it, cause it to go into remission, and they never have any problems at all.
The first MRI, it actually had shrunk, which was like, you know, a miracle, because I just wanted it to stop growing.
I dream for him to have just a normal life, the normalest that he can have.
Here comes your cream, cold spot.
Elijah's inspiration comes from all around, his parents and medical team.
All right, you ready, Elijah?
His coach and t-ball team.
Your team wants you to know how proud of you we are, okay? You've worked really hard, and we're really proud of your effort.
And of course, his twin brother.
I always tell him how strong he is, and he tries to compare it to muscle size and stuff. I told him it's his heart, that's his muscle, his strength.
Go Team Elijah.
1, 2, 3, Thunderbolts!
Tara Bloom, Oklahoma's News 4.
And Elijah's diagnosis was 2 long years ago. He has gotten weeks of maintenance chemotherapy at Jimmy Everest still ahead of him. If you'd like to help kids like Elijah fight cancer, consider donating to jecfriends.org.
Yeah, he is strong. Coming up, a pool of problems.
And neighbors, they're fed up.
I've lived here almost 3 years, and it's been like that for at least 3 years.
This swimming pool causing concern, why City Council is now involved, and what the owner told us after we knocked on his door. Coming up.
You're watching Oklahoma's News 4 at 5 with Heather Holman, Eli Roberts, Mike Morgan, and Brian Brinkley. Oklahoma's News 4, looking out for you.
Welcome back. An abandoned pool is causing problems for an Oklahoma City neighborhood.
It is so bad, City Council declared it an unsecure site at Tuesday's meeting. News 4's Lacey Lett spoke with the pool's owner and explains what the next step is. It's new tonight.
The area we're talking about is in northwest Oklahoma City, and this unsecured area right here by the swimming pool, neighbors have complained about it, and we talked to the homeowner about what his plans are for the future.
And this is a nice neighborhood, real nice neighborhood, and but it's a pain.
Those living in Glenbrier Estates are concerned about this open pool.
I don't like the pool being open all the time like that. I got 4 kids running around here, so it's, very dangerous.
But homeowner Edward Harrell says there's a lot more than meets the eye.
We took on a very aggressive remodel, and anytime you do that and you move walls around and you change your mechanicals, you got to get the city involved.
Harrell bought the home in 2014 after it went into foreclosure. Neighbors say they're just ready for the work to finally be finished.
I've lived here almost 3 years, and it's been like that for at least 3 years.
It's going to make someone a really nice home. He's done a lot of work. I just don't know what he likes to finish it.
Come on in.
Harrell says he hit some snags while remodeling the 4,500-foot 6-bedroom home. Other issues include high worker demand and rising construction costs. Already, Harrell says he's poured $200,000 into the home's renovation.
Anytime you make those modifications, then you've got to special order materials and then get a good contractor, out here. So that's what we're waiting on right now.
But now the city of Oklahoma City is involved. On Tuesday, they declared the pool unsecure with plans to put out a bid for contractors to fix it. Harrell says he'll beat them to it and hopes neighbors will appreciate what he's doing with the property.
And hopefully our neighbors will be proud and happy that we've increased their property values.
Lacey Lett, Oklahoma's News 4.
Now the homeowner says he hopes to have that house finished and up for sale by the end of the year.
you know what? A pool sounds really good right about now.
Yeah, but not a dry pool,
no.
Mike, because
We need
it's
it with
hot.
water.
Who has a dry pool in the summertime anyway? It's a wet pool in the summertime.
That's what we need.
1 degree shy of hitting 100 today, folks. 99. Heat index peaked at 108. Let's take a look outside on this hot and soupy Tuesday.